This is episode 4 of the Doctor Who Many Hearts project. I am super jazzed as always to be here. I am Dylan, or Super Dylan, everywhere on the internet. I am GMing this Chronicle of Doctor Who. We are using the Cubicle 7 Doctor Who game that was written for this storytelling, and I'm just really excited. I have a wonderful crew of doctors with me who I'd like to introduce. Me, you can find me at Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. You can see me on the Atom List, or if you prefer podcast format, you can listen to the Atom List as an edited down show wherever you get your podcasts. You can sometimes find me on various one-shots and long shots on Total Party Kiss around, and you can find me here. So yeah, I am gonna do a little popcorn over, and let's see. Let's start with DK.
Hi, hello, that's me, I'm DK. Today I'll be playing Dr. Siddeley Ware, who is just still so jazzed about this whole experience, and getting to hang out with her college buds. I go by @AvaDarlings on Twitter, and there I share my every single thought, so if you're interested in that, definitely swing on by, because I cannot help myself. If I'm not there, then you can find me over at Exquisite Corpse Presents, running very dramatic, very gay games of homebrew D&D 5e. We are having a great time. We've got 2 very different campaigns running at the same time, and occasionally we get guests like our good friend Drac here. So, swing on by, hang out with us. Also, this Friday I will be on Hazards and Hijinks playing a monk that's based off of the concept of what if Elle Woods was a monk with a really bad temper. So please definitely come watch that, because I'm sure it's going to be absolutely absurd. You know who is not absolutely absurd? Dylan. I'll throw it on back to you.
You're throwing it back to me? I'm very absurd. And I will throw the introduction to our wonderful Dr. Lucretia Wen, played by Jay.
We really are doing a popcorn. Okay, hi. My name is Jay. I use they, them. I'm on Twitter at NollaWoo and at NollaDraws if you want to see my art. And today I am playing Dr. Lucretia Wen, who uses she and they pronouns. I am a trauma surgeon who is slightly jazzed to be here. Mostly jazzed about spending time with my college friends. And becoming slowly more and more jazzed about the whole time travel shtick. Speaking of time travel, I'm gonna popcorn it to Drac.
Hi, I'm Drac, or Draconics. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I kind of stream all over the place, so following me there is the best way to find out what I'm doing at any given moment. What thing is called I am doing, though? Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, over on Table Story, I'm in a campaign called Kingmakers, a homebrew campaign. It's a homebrew system where I play a disgraced king. Last episode was intense. I think I rolled the first critical success of the game, and it's been on for 11 episodes so far.
Wow.
And it was story-wise, perfect time to do it as well. It was incredible. It was great. But if you want to find out why, I think you should go check out Table Story and watch the 11 episodes up until now. But today I'm playing the Doctor. He also uses he, they pronouns. I guess he's jazz. He's been doing this for a long time, so I imagine his constant state of jazz can be a bit exhausting. So I guess he takes breaks from it, but currently, yes, he's very much jazz, especially where we're going to today.
You like jazz?
Yes, actually, it was there when it was invented. It was great.
That's perfect. If you notice, we do have one silhouette with us today. EJ could not make it today, and that is absolutely fine. But you should still go and seek them out online at either Several Big Eggs or One Big Egg, depending on the social media platform, because they are really rad.
So cursed as well. So chaotic.
Yes.
It's great.
Mm-hmm. Very. But with that, I think we're ready to start, right, my friends?
Yeah.
Are we ready to travel through space and time?
Always.
born ready.
Excellent.
Literally.
You were.
Words
Okay.
of confirmation.
You stopped the first Columbus, Ohio Pride Parade from being crashed by two of space and time's most destructive forces, the Daleks and the Cybermen. You did this with relative ease and without causing too much destruction in the way. However, just meeting them is a lot, and takes a lot out of you. And so this time, the TARDIS, as it currently and presently flies through the air, is on its way to a more fun destination for doing fun things. Where are you all in the TARDIS while the TARDIS travels?
I'm definitely at the console, and if anyone's around, I'm probably spouting all the incredibly fun things we can do at this resort planet that we're heading to. We've probably got like pictures and little videos up on the screen of like very vacation-esque pictures that I took when the last time I came here. Like I've got the whole like beach. I'm basically like a beach dad. So like in the pictures, got the got the Hawaiian tops, the shorts, the wide brim like sun hat in the pictures. So yeah, I'm just going like just ranting about how great, how wonderful it's going to be. You all need to take a load off your feet. You've been going through space and time very suddenly without any real preparation. I guess I probably should actually had given you more of a heads up of what you're going to be in store for, but it'd be a great way to relax. And that's me.
I
Well,
think Lou
the rest
is. Oh?
No, I was passing it to you.
Okay. Lucretia is still seated on the chair off to the side, like a little bench on the outside rim area. I think after falling out of the chair, I would like to say that somewhere Lucretia has found a seatbelt and has used the seatbelt to seatbelt herself into the chair so that she doesn't fall out again.
I want to ask for me, is
Yeah?
the seatbelt connected to the floor of the TARDIS in some way, or are you just stuck to the chair? Like, is it just like like a seatbelt connecting you to the chair itself?
Aren't all
I would-
seatbelts connected to the chair? Or, well, I guess not. They're connected to the car.
I mean, the chair would be connected to the TARDIS if that helps.
Okay, good.
Yeah. The bench,
Yeah.
like, no, it's not just like a
loose
random chair. Imagine like
It's
an
like-
office
it's like-
rolly chair.
It's like
Rolling
a chair
around.
connected to like the banister
Yes.
that surrounds the edge of the thing. So you could just you could slide it across the place if you wanted to. Like the Doctor's never in one place at any given time, and he refuses to let his chairs be, but it is safely secured in some way.
So no, the
What a
seatbelt
line.
attaches Lucretia to the chair, and the chair is attached to the TARDIS. So
Perfect.
yes.
Good. Thank you.
Oh, and I'm still
Excellent.
checking my emails. Like, I think whenever we're flying, I'm doing something. Keeping busy.
Excellent. So far, it looks like your patients have been in pretty good hands with your scribe and your team of PAs and things. They are handling things. It is a scramble, but it looks like they're doing a good job. What about Sidley?
Sidley is obsessed with this console, so I don't think, I think she's adventured the TARDIS, but this is definitely her favorite place to hang out, so she's still here. She also, for once, is working. She's been kind of back and forth with Unit in her time, just kind of giving a debrief about what they saw and leaving the names of the others who are present out. But just kind of updating them on things. However, she has gone full vacation mode also. So she's very seriously like writing drafts to Unit while wearing just the biggest sunglasses she can find. She's like in a bathing suit with a swimsuit cover up, has a huge beach bag. She's ready to go the second the door to the TARDIS opens. And I think she even looks at Lou and goes, okay, Lou, I'll make you a deal. When the TARDIS lands, we both put our phones away and we actually just enjoy being on vacation for once.
What do you mean?
Wait a second. Hold on. And the doctor definitely interrupts, goes, I thought you were looking at the pictures I sent you of the last time I went to Echo. Are you working?
I was.
Oh,
no.
I know you are.
What?
You're great, Celine. Were you working?
Yes.
Always working.
Well, stop
yes.
that. And I'm going to flick a switch and disconnect their phones from the TARDIS.
Oh! The Wi-Fi is gone.
No.
Oh, I guess vacation starts now.
Oh my god.
Vacation starts now. Siddalee, the last message that you did get from Unit in your secure chat before the Wi-Fi cuts out is a cordial message. Thank you for your detailed write-up. It's missing some crucial information. The new doctor, ? What do they look like? We need to know everything about him. And that is when the Wi-Fi will cut off, is just a moment after you receive that follow-up question.
I think honestly, Siddalee just kind of looks at the doctor and goes, "Hey, can I bring you to work for show and tell at some point? Unit wants to meet you, the new you."
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. After this, though.
Of course, yeah.
please
No,
relax.
after this.
I think we all deserve it.
I didn't really. Okay, so my report was thorough, but I left out some details because I wasn't sure how this doctor, feels about Unit. But I figured I might as well ask. So instead of having to rewrite the report when I'm on vacation, now they can just meet you.
I mean, I feel about them as best as I can feel about a borderline militaristic group of humans looking towards the stars. As best as I can look towards that kind of group, but they have been helpful, so I'm willing to play along if necessary.
My
sure they
vacation
like to meet the new
appreciates
me.
you.
You're very welcome. Vacation. You know what I mean, Dr. Wen?
Lou is like trying to refresh their emails because I think they have like hundreds of emails and they're just trying to skim all of them. That's what they were doing, and they were just like, oh, I was almost done. Okay, fine.
Those can wait.
Yes.
Quite literally, they can wait. We can go back before they were even sent if you really want to. But
how does
for
that
now,
work?
Timey-wimey, but it's fine. The science of it is very complicated. You won't understand it. Very much not in your field, from what I understand your field is. Did I say something wrong?
Lucretia's face very much reads as a, like, you're insinuating that I'm not smart enough to to understand this stuff that I definitely don't understand. How could you?
The doctor doesn't even mind it. He's definitely offended many people with similar statements, so he just goes over his head.
Oh
Lou's
yeah,
not used to getting roasted.
At this moment, the TARDIS console sort of like lights up around like in a little circle, almost like, you know, when Simon starts up and like all the lights like do a little circle loop. Yeah, it does that along the side of the TARDIS, and then the monitor screen goes from a picture of the beach with the doctor, like, you know, thumbs up in their swim trunks, changes and goes vacation, and little like firework like emotes kind of go across the screen in a little explosion.
Lucretia just points at it and looks at the doctor and says, your box looks happy.
Yes, they're usually pretty exciting when I decide to take time for myself, because apparently I don't do that enough, according to her.
I hear that too, very often.
Well, this is perfect because this vacation spot, we are in Echo. Well, I believe
that?
we've landed, right? I'm gonna look at the one since
Yeah.
we landed.
Yes, you've landed. You're materialized in a nice and safe spot, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, so, I mean, since you clearly weren't listening when I was giving the whole rundown previously, Echo was a pretty long distance, time-wise and space-wise, from Earth, but it was a place where humans, I suppose for lack of a better term, colonized. Not as bad as the colonizations you've done in the past. This was legitimately an uninhabited planet until you all terraformed it. So it's much less awful. But the great thing about it is that it's probably the most high-tech and accessible and, I guess, loving I've seen you humans be in a very long time. This is a place that's a tourist spot for not just people across the galaxy. As when I say people, I mean humans, but also people as in aliens across the galaxy, and I think universe actually, depending on how great those aliens are with intergalactic travel. So this is the definition of a melting pot.
There's humans here? How did they get
Yes.
here? What year is it?
Oh, okay, let me check, because it's been a while since I came. I don't know where our TARDIS dropped us. I'm gonna look at the date to see like
Yeah.
what the Earth date is.
Yeah. So, this is something like several thousand years in the future. This is like post Earth's, the original Earth's death. Humans have gone to the stars and scattered, and this is one of those places.
We're in the year 8023, so pretty far out. Your Earth is long dead and gone, because, you know, we didn't really learn the lesson quick enough, but you managed to escape before it led to your extinction, and are making better choices in the new planets you resided in.
I suppose that's good. Okay.
Yes.
What are we gonna do here?
Anything and everything. I really wanted to go and to try out the Zero G water park. I didn't get to do it the last time I was here. Got swept away pretty quickly. There are pubs, bars, anything your heart desires, including the stuff that was back at home. There's probably a much better version of it here. And there's a lot of AI, which I'm very excited to check out. After scanning one of them, they got kind of upset about me fiddling with them. So I'm not going to do that this time. Don't want to get kicked out. But I feel like you will find it fascinating.
AI? Like the little lady in my phone?
Oh, no. Way more impressive than that. The little lady on your phone isn't really even as good as some of the toilet paper dispensers they have around here.
Lou just like looks to Sita with like a okay expression on their face.
We would call it vintage. No, ancient. I think vintage is a bit, yeah, ancient. Your stuff is probably in the museums, which are also here. We do have museums with the old human tech, as well as other techs. Like I said, very much intergalactic.
Under her breath, I think Sita just quietly says, "Got him," and just kind of like elbows Lou, and it's just like, just sort of like sotto voce to Lou. I don't know what it is about you in particular, but the doctor seems determined to just roast you all day today, and I have to tell you the truth, I love it a little bit.
What if I don't like being roasted? How about
you
grilled?
out roast him, honestly.
That means
You don't, yeah. Lou, you are probably the smartest human being I've ever met. Just give back as good as you get.
Lou just kind of like blank stares ahead as they try to figure out what that means, and also what there is to do, because when given a whole lot of what Lou considers nothing to do, Lou doesn't know what to do. So I think that they just listen as the doctor's listing like all of these fun entertainment things to do.
Yeah, we've got the 4D cinema, and the fourth dimension isn't smell, which doesn't make sense. I'm not entirely sure why all of you humans insisted that the fourth dimension was smell or feeling. It's actually you're almost inside the show. It's great. It's honestly great. You get to interact. It's very much like, I guess, virtuality, but way more reality. But with still a bit of virtual in there.
I'm a little sad.
You know
it's
what? I
not
think it's
smell.
better to show you.
The TARDIS, just kind of in response to all of this, you hear like a fax machine noise, like an old-fashioned like "grrr," as
Who
a
knows
piece
what
of
that
paper
is?
like pops out. A piece of paper like just kind of slowly pops out of one part of the console, and is on like typer printer paper. And it says for Dr. Lucretia Wen, and it is it is a time. It's got like time slots on it,
Oh
and
my
it
God,
says
it's an
itinerary. And
Oh my gosh.
the first thing on the itinerary says present to information center for all options. And then the next line says, do what you like. And that is your itinerary. It is blank the rest of the way for you to fill in if you would like to.
TARDIS's orders. Trust me, you would want to listen to her. She gets very feisty when you don't.
Okay. It's very instructions unclear. Lucretia shows the paper to Sita.
First of all, I think that means she likes you, so that's pretty exciting. I'll go with you to information and see if I can't. Yeah, I'll see if I can't translate, and we'll just spend some time there and find out exactly what meets your heart's content, and you can plan the whole day out.
Okay. I would like that. Lucretia loves a good schedule, loves a good itinerary, and hates when there's not a schedule of things to do. So yes, I think I would like to go to information first.
Let's go. And I
Excellent.
clap my hands, the doors like swing open.
Heck yeah, they do. You walk out. It is beautiful, bright and sunny, like picture perfect clouds in the sky. The roads ahead, where you are right now, looks like you're in the center of like an old cobblestone town. Just about. It looks like there's like a little town square ahead of you, and it's all centered around this round circular dome-shaped building that is lit above it in a marquee that says information center, welcome to Echo, and keeps repeating those things over and over again. You can see by the storefronts that there are different kinds of like shops and attractions along the way. And Doctor, you remember that just past this is where the beach was that you visited last time, and there are other things like past the outskirts of this town. But this is like the town center for the main city of Echo.
Lucretia is taking photos on her phone as proof to show to their coworkers that they did indeed go on vacation.
Excellent, excellent. I cannot wait for them to see that.
Like, nice try, Lucretia. This is clearly CGI, okay?
You hired some 3D artists to do this all to get out of not working. How could you?
Okay, we should probably head to the information desk. I think probably need to talk to someone there as well because I have a different face, so it doesn't quite match my ID right now. So I need to do a whole DNA, everything. Just quickly change that up around, just to make sure they know that I'm the same person. And while I'm there, you can also ask about what you want to do, because I'm gonna do everything.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Okay.
And again, just gonna grab Lucretia and Sida by the arm and just like rush over.
We all go.
You run down the street and to the information center console. As you approach the booth that's here, it accordions up, and a little sort of metallic looking humanoid shaped robot. It's got like all of the pieces. There's like an abdomen and like a face and some like holes for legs, on wheels, who is on the other side of the console, shoves themselves over to roll over to you and appears in the window. Well, hi.
Hi. We have
Welcome to Echo.
Yes, we have 3 tickets to join the enter the resort. I'm the doctor. This is Dr. Wen. This is Dr. Ware. Dr. How might be joining us, so just want to keep that ticket on reserve just in case they come out. You should check the system. I definitely booked it, I think, maybe 10, 20 years ago.
Oh, well, sure. And like does a little tapping onto nothing. There is no keyboard or anything that you can physically see in front of this AI. But eyes dart back and forth as if there is. And there is information on a screen that they are reading somewhere. After a moment of this kind of clicking and clacking, they turn back to you and say, "Oh yeah, we still gotcha. We'll need to know species because, we don't want any of our facilities accidentally shotgun some extra hearts or feeding you poison berries. So
We're more them. Yeah.
Time Lord.
I'm a Time
still?
Lord. Yes.
Okay. Yep. Other 2?
Human?
Sadly human.
Oh.
What do you
Sadly.
mean, sadly?
Would you look at this place? Would you look at all the things that it is possible to be in the universe? Human seems very basic, suddenly.
I mean, if you really think about it, you're all rather rare.
I do like that.
Your wristbands, and they are like, they look like the little paper wristbands you would get at a carnival, but as soon as you like wrap them around your wrist, they just sort of and connect on their own. There is no horrible sticky overlay that gets caught on your skin and will get caught on your shirt and collect little bits of dust and annoy you all day.
Honestly, that's one of the best inventions they figured out with this resorts, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
This is one I knew they were going up and up,
We're really proud of that
next
one.
Level.
Here's a little rundown. I know that you've been here before, Doctor, but we've got the cinema, of course. We got live music. We've got the Sandless Resort. We've got the 4D movie experience. We've got the restaurant, of course, is still open. Any kind of human cuisine you could want. There's the antique store down the block, and the carnival. Yeah, of course, just watch out for wandering into our residential neighborhoods. We don't want any of our town folk to be disturbed, but we want you to have a good time. So head anywhere you like.
Perfect. Did any of that strike your interest, Sidley and Lou?
Lucretia is just looking at this like armband, which has like attached itself to her wrist. She's just looking at it like mouth slightly open, just amazed by the technology. Something so simple.
They're gonna have a great time in the 4D movies. How about you, Sidley?
All of it sounds so good. I think I'm very interested in the idea of antiquing on an alien planet. I'm very interested to see what they consider antiques.
Oh, I think you're gonna enjoy what you find.
Lucretia's gonna turn back to the little robot, and pull out her folder that they put it in, the itinerary that the TARDIS printed, and show it to the robot and just say, are you the information person?
That's right.
Do you have an itinerary of sorts? I've never been here. Could you recommend things to do, perhaps?
Well, all our attractions are open all the time. For anyone, as long as you've got your wristband.
Okay, but that doesn't help me. I need help narrowing this down.
Her eyes do that same little like scanning thing as though she's trying to read some sort of information. There is nothing in front of their face. But after a moment they go, Do you need me to suggest where you should go?
Yes. Any sort of lectures, classes? I'm sure, you know, there's so much to learn here, and I don't know. What's the face you're making?
This is a resort. This is a vacation. Why are you talking about classes?
Am I not allowed to learn? I like learning. I think learning is fun.
No, learning
and
is
like
great.
Lou is like looking back between the two of you.
I like give the robot like a look, like get a load of them.
Well, we are geared more towards
Sita
having
kind of
a fun
loops her arm
experience.
through Lou's, and I think I have some lag, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Keep
You
going.
finished what you were saying, yeah.
Sita kind of loops her arm through Lou's and says, Okay, we're gonna redefine vacation. Brain off.
Brain
No brain, only fun.
off. You're going to laugh at me, but I don't know what you mean.
We are going to have mindless fun on this alien planet in the future.
Okay. Can I at least get an itinerary?
If you want, I will sit down with you and make an itinerary.
That would be lovely.
That's what we'll do first then.
For your convenience and for the sake of time, an itinerary has been sent to your phones. And you both get a little bloop bloop on your phones. And your calendars have automatically been updated with a generated itinerary saying that the first stop on your list is the antique store. The second stop on your list is the restaurant. The third stop on your list is the sandless beach, and we can go on from there. But there is a little list going down itinerary wise.
Lucretia is
See, no
noticing that
brain
in
necessary.
their calendar.
Yeah, it's like just automatically updated.
Yeah, Lucretia's noticing that their calendar has marked them as unavailable. You know, like when you're in a meeting on like in your calendar, it'll mark you as busy or like unavailable or out of office or whatever. Lucretia's just noticing this and is just looking at it like, wow, my schedule never looks like this, and goes to just start very carefully copying down the itinerary on the sheet of paper that they're insisting on having. I like to imagine this is happening while we're walking to the antique place. Like Lou is just like trailing behind the two of you, writing.
Yep.
I love that.
The doctor's right next to Sidley. Like, do they never go on vacation? They seem really like a fish out of water right now, and in more cases than just being out of time. But like, they seem quite literally not used to free time.
I don't think that Lucretia has stopped working for at least 5 years. Probably longer.
That is probably not healthy, I'd imagine. No, I'm fairly certain.
I'm not that kind of doctor, but probably not.
Yes, you have too few hearts to be put under that stress that constantly.
Honestly, the fact that we got her to agree to this is a miracle. So, I'm
well, like
pretty
anything,
excited.
if not a miracle worker. But yes, the antique shop. I haven't been here for about 200 years, so I don't know what they've added to the collection, but I'm very excited to see. Just a fair bit of warning, they might ask to buy some of your items on you, because even though we're going to an antique shop, some of the antiques are actually quite a bit newer than what you have on you. I'm pretty sure your phone is probably a couple hundred generations older than what they have at the moment. So if you're willing to part with your phone, you could get some really good amount of credits from it. But yes, just a heads up.
That is so cool.
Very good at haggling here, so keep that in mind. I want to see what worlds I haven't visited that they might have antiques from there, and you're just gonna like speed up with I think with Sidley like arm in arm, pulling Sidley along, and like occasionally looking behind her to make sure Lucretia isn't gone.
Yeah, Lucretia is very good at walking and writing. I feel like that's something they do a lot.
Yeah,
at the hospital. Yeah. So they are keeping pace just behind you, copying everything from their calendar phone onto the piece of paper that they were given by the TARDIS.
You get up to the antique store. It looks on the outside like it is an old-fashioned building with, you know, real wood walls and a real wood door and a pane glass window that has like the etching of the, you know, Echo Antiques written into the actual window itself. When you approach, the door opens and one of those bells that would be over the door of an old store does ring, but there is no bell there. It is just a mechanical sound that's being made. And inside there are shelves, wall to wall, things that are stacked kind of on randomly sized tables. The ceilings go up quite high, higher than what you can see, stacked with random items. And you hear from all the way in the back, coming, and a sort of springy sound over and over again, as what comes into view is a tiny little robot in a gold shiny metal with one flat plate as feet that keeps projecting it, and with a big long spring as it flips through the air and lands in the next spot, and it bounces from side to side, wall to wall, in these bouncing movements before finally landing at your feet and doing like a sort of like spring motion until it stabilizes.
Hey there.
Hi.
Great seeing you again. I'm the doctor. Different face since the last time I visited. But these two are my good friends, and this is their first time. Do you mind showing them around?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, welcome to Echo Antiques. This is the best shop on Echo because it's got the best of Earth and the best of the past. So, what would you like to see first? And they bounce like out of frame and back into frame, like carrying a massive thing compared to their size. This is iPhone 24. You ever
Yes.
see one?
That's an antique?
Yeah.
It's huge.
Why? What do you have? Yeah, it's pretty big.
7 plus?
They hand it over for you to look at. It is big, even compared to like your phone, and it doesn't seem to have like work in any way. It is just a bricked piece of machinery.
Well, now I know to not keep my iPhone too long, because if it's going to get this big, I'm going to have to figure something else out.
This is almost like a tablet. It's huge.
My hands are not equipped for that, so...
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Lucretia
they
holds
bounce
up their
again.
like tiny hands also, like, no.
They bounce again out of you and come back, and this time, like, holding up a big piece of bright blue plastic with a little plastic dispenser on the bottom. It is a viewfinder. There is a little spiral of film, across the top. You want to look at some pictures that you can't ever change?
Sure.
Okay. And they pass that to you.
Lou is just gonna like turn off to the side and just like look through this thing.
Yeah.
What are the pictures of?
It's just like a couple of random still frames from Lassie.
That's an oldie but goodie.
Yeah.
Lou is just gonna like nod a couple times and then pass it to Sita and just say, "It's Lassie."
Fascinating. And Sita is gonna start to kind of click through it and just look at the pictures of
gonna-
Lassie.
Turn back to the little robot and just say, do you happen to have any kind of ancient medical equipment?"
Oh, sure. And they do a couple of tumble bounces away and come back holding a few things. They've got a stethoscope in one hand, a oral thermometer between like two little fingers, and they have like hanging on their arm a literal like IV bag that is like half empty, like not even completely empty. There's still fluid in there.
Ooh. Ancient IV fluids. Oh.
We got the best stuff here. What would you like?
Lou just pulls out their own like first aid kit and it's like, oh wow, like I have like Lou is just like, oh look, it's just like the stuff I have.
Oh, probably not. This is the first Mars rover vaccine.
The what?
Well, there was a disease named after the Mars rover. We had to vaccinate for it. This is the first one.
Huh.
It's years after you.
What did Mars
And I-
rover do?
Yeah, Lou's just looking at Sita
what
like,
didn't they do?
I don't know
You just see
this
the
one.
doctor, like the doctor behind it to them, like, don't. Yeah.
We love the Mars rover.
Yeah, you do now. And like we'll just sort of flip those things like, back onto the shelves. Was there anything you're looking for in particular?
Do you have any dinosaur bones?
Ooh, that's good.
No?
Ernest would love to see.
Sorry.
No dinosaur
this
bones.
is
Well, at
is
least
more
he's-
like human antiques.
Ah, well, at least he's not missing out then.
I mean, there's a museum in the TARDIS. I'd probably point. Did I not to mention that there's a museum? Yeah, there's a museum in the TARDIS. It's next to the stadium that I mentioned earlier.
Doesn't that conflict often with the noise from the stadium?
No, the soundproofing is pretty good.
Impressive.
So is the waterproofing. That's very
Well-
essential.
Lou, before vacation's over, I guess we can go to a museum.
Lou smiles at that. Lou loves going to museums. And Lucretia just looks at you and says, I would like that very much.
Okay, we'll make sure put it at the bottom of the itinerary, so it'll be the last thing we do.
Yeah, I pull out the piece of paper again and just add at the very bottom, museum. And then there's like I draw a little smiley face.
Well, not to interrupt, but if it's a museum you're after, I mean, it's not, I'm sure it's not as good as the one on your ship, Doctor, but we do have the curator, and you could go and see them.
The curator?
I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm. Well, who decided what things from human history we'd keep here?
Makes sense with a name like the curator.
And their house is basically a museum, or so I've heard. I haven't been there myself. I run the shop.
Very interested to meet this curator, actually. I've heard about them, never had a chance to meet them. It will be a bit against the itinerary, though. Dr. Wen, is that okay? I know you love your schedules.
Lou's looking at the piece of paper and is like, we could probably fit that after lunch, maybe.
I don't see why not. I'm always hungry. Just want to make sure the lunch is before or after the beach, because if it's before, we might want to switch that up, at least give an hour or two, because you don't want to go swimming, especially in 0G right after eating.
Yeah, that could get messy.
Yeah.
Lou is carefully crossing things out in the pen and rearranging.
Fantastic. So, we're going to get
Before
lunch.
we go,
Yeah?
I would love to buy some of these stuff, and I just have an armful of old tech in my arm.
Got there's an old record player with the actual sonophone. And at the top a bunch of different,
And then right next to you got the iPhone 26,
yes.
just a hodgepodge of different old tech.
I think Lucretia has
awesome.
found a BlackBerry, a Palm Pilot,
Oh my god.
and
It's
is just looking at it
revolutionary.
oh, I used to
BBM
have
was
one of
incredible.
these. I used to have one of these. Old pagers.
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely a pager in there. The robot comes up and does the little credit swipe. And it's woo, so nice to be doing business. Thanks for stopping by.
What's the
but just
money?
Don't worry, I covered it. It's fine. Just a quick question about storage, because this is a lot and we do plan on doing a bunch more stuff here. Do you mind if we keep some of this here and we'll come back to collect them since we're already paid? Do you have a storage room? Lockers?
Absolutely.
How does it work?
Yeah, we're open 24/7, 400. So please,
Oh,
go ahead.
perfect. All year round. Okay, yes. I'll take some of these. I'm gonna pocket all of the pocket size things, but then leave the massive stuff with them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Lucretia carries a big tote bag purse, and will put all the stuff that they grabbed just in their purse with them.
Excellent.
I'll like give this robot a 5-star rating for customer service wherever I can do that.
They're the like
Sci-fi
little,
Yelp.
yeah, the little like animation eyes that are on like their face right now, on their little robot face, like change from literal eyes to like happy crying anime eyes for a second, and then they go right back to like human eyes, and they say thank you.
Thank
Again.
you.
And they bounce back to the back of the store.
Okay, what's next on your itinerary?
Well, we moved a bunch of things around. Did we want to do the beach now then? Or there was also a library.
How about we go do lunch and then we meet the curator and then we go to the beach? I don't want to meet the curator while smelling of salt water. You know?
Good point.
That sounds good. That
I
sounds
want to
good.
have good first
And
impressions.
Krisha's gonna make those corrections, and we will head head to the restaurant that was recommended.
Excellent. You head just down this cobblestone path that goes around the information center. Everything, many of the main attractions seem to be centered here. And you walk down the road a little bit, and you do see restaurant. It is a holographic little sign, but it is made to look like a wooden one. And the building has a little podium with the menu on it. And as you approach it, the menu kind of pops up on a screen here. It's like a tablet. And you can actually swipe through the different cuisines. The first one that pipes up for you is like Old Earth French. And as you like swipe through, it's like Old Earth Turkish, Old Earth Greek. And you can like swipe through like different cuisines from Old Earth as you swipe through here.
Order whatever you like on the me. I'll pay for it. It's fine.
Thank you. Do you reckon we'll actually get food here? Because we don't have the back record.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, no,
so
absolutely.
hungry.
We'll definitely get food here. Honestly, that's a very fair thing to bring up. Last time I was here, I got food. If that's any puts you at any sort of peace of mind. I had the doner kebab from the Old Turkish menu, but like you can see from flicking through that, they have all of the different cuisines, including the ones that you probably haven't seen yet because those countries don't exist yet for you.
Ooh.
Wow. Well, this sounds good. And Lou's gonna go to open the door to walk in and see if there's like a host or what the shindig is.
You go to open the door, and as you put your hand on it, the voice behind you goes, no, allow me. And the podium that had the menu like kind of spins and sprouts two arms that match the pole. Kind of walks a little fancy, like swaying its arms. It goes, please, right this way, and opens the door and gives a little bow with its menu face.
Sidley
Incredible
bows
customer
back.
Oh, so nice to have polite guests. And gives
Lucretia
you an extra
also
little bow.
bows after hearing that.
The doctor
Just copying.
curtsies.
Oh, beautiful, fine people for my fine establishment.
Yes, let's eat.
A table for 3, please.
Of course. Take any you like. And you walk in and see that the tables are all set and ready. Candles are lit. They are not real flames, of course. They are beautifully flickering holograms of candles, red tablecloths, beautiful plates, and silverware. You are sat down and provided the menu of whichever cuisine each of you picked. I think before we decide to have our meal and go through the rest of this entertainment vacation park here, we should take a break and make sure we have ourselves some food and drink and stretches. So we will be back in about 10 minutes. You should also take a break and walk around and get something to drink if you need it. And we will be back in just a few minutes for more hijinks.